Hey guys, it's POSTBOXPAT and welcome back to a new video, and today I want to talk about a brand new game mode coming into Fortnite, which is actually going to be the test game mode. Now this game mode is going to be a test type game mode for weapons and stats within guns. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to take place within Fortnite and what exactly changes are going to be made from this and how we're going to bring feedback for it and what consoles and platforms it's going to be landed on. So before the video gets too much into it, I'd just like to say thank you so much for 50,000 subscribers. We've absolutely smashed it, and I've also got some new channel art and a new channel logo. So I'd like to know what you guys think of that in the comment section, and if you do like them, leave a comment down below. We spent quite a lot of time working on them, so it's been really awesome to bring them to you guys. And for 50,000 subscribers, I ain't 100% sure what's going to be happening yet, but I do have a few ideas what I want to do and some things I want to bring out to you. Just some small little things that you guys will really enjoy, and hopefully I'll bring that out to you guys in a 50,000 special. I also want to do a Q&A as well. I do Q&As quite often, but I'm going to talk about that later on in the week. For now, let's get straight into this video and talk about this though, because this is what you guys are here for. So if you didn't know yet, Fortnite have actually put a statement out on their news page, and it says, "Hey everyone, I want to take some time to talk about upcoming limited time mode shooting test #1." And they talk about late last year we outlined a bunch of stuff with accuracy and that, and obviously they talked about the goal of pistol shooting at range should not be possible, which is a good goal. And goal 2, our weapons should have characteristics that encourage a wide range of engagement based on distance to target, type of ammo, and the target type. So it's pretty interesting, and I do like this as a concept. So they go on to talk a little bit about how they're going to be closing gaps and how you can approach people with all the different methods of attacking by building cover, closing gaps, dropping from the above, sneaking around, stuff like that, which is really interesting, and I do like the way they talk about it. So to attempt to address this concern, we've been prototyping a few different approaches to the shooting model. The prototypes include first shot accuracy, which is pretty interesting, and perfect accuracy plus recoil. Note some of you might have seen videos online, an early version was accidentally turned on a while back. Oops. So obviously they've put an early version of this in, and we know that because I've got a bunch. I haven't put any content on it related to my channel, but I've seen a bunch of people talking about accuracy and things like that. It's been one of them things that have been in my mind quite a bit, and I haven't really got around to making a video addressing it. So this is the first thing, and the first prototype we're ready to test in the first shoot accuracy. So that's going to be pretty cool, and in many ways this version is very similar to our current experience. However, there are a few changes. So let's talk about these changes that are going to be put in place in this new game mode, which is going to be absolutely awesome, called shooting test. Now, one thing I don't know, and I can't guarantee this is going to come to the consoles. I don't know if it is. I assume it will be, and it will be an exclusive game mode. But with Blitz, if you don't know what Blitz is, I'm going to do a video talking about that very soon. With Blitz, saying play special event Blitz on a bunch of people's challenges, we don't exactly know what's going to be happening with this game mode, because this game mode is going to be coming out pretty soon, and I assume Blitz will be coming out as well, and usually they only have one game mode to select. So we'll have to talk a little bit more about that after I've gone through some of the stuff, but just a little thing to keep in mind. I can't guarantee that this is going to come to the consoles, but most likely it will. So here you are. The next thing is we've got all the different things here with the stats. So weapons now have first shot accuracy, indicated by a red glow on the rectangle. This is applied when standing still, aiming, not hip firing. Aim spread is at peak accuracy. Basically, if you haven't fired recently, it is different per weapon. So I don't 100% get what it means by that. I understand that basically your first shot is probably going to be a little bit more accurate, so that's going to be interesting. I'm not too sure how that's going to work, because technically you could shoot, reload, and I don't know 100% how it's going to be working, but it's interesting to see that, because maybe your first shot will go bang on, and if you can hit your first shot every time, it's going to change the gameplay a lot. So that's a pretty interesting change they've put in there. Obviously no hip firing and stuff, and it's just interesting to see how that's going to take place. But obviously that's what this testing here is for us to experiment with this and see, is it making the game too different, or is it making it perfect? So that's what this is going to be here for. So the next thing is headshot critical hits have been reduced. So shotguns are now 150% damage, and they were 250. So that's interesting, because it means a lot of close combat won't one-shot anymore. So assume that this is taking place, this means that the pump shotgun will no longer one-shot into the head, which personally I think is very good, because a lot of people have been taking a lot of people out with headshots. It's kind of frustrating if it's a one-on fight at the end and they get a lucky headshot on you by maybe jumping down or something. Sometimes it's just a lucky one without even zooming in, and they win the fight instantly. So something like that is interesting, because that means the pump shotgun will now roughly do about 140, 150 damage between there. So it isn't really going to be, it's going to be a major change for that, and it's also going to be a major change for the semi-automatic shotgun, which would be very interesting as well. And potentially we could see shotguns coming into the game in the future, different shotguns and different weapons which could be added in the future. So that's going to be interesting. All of the weapons will with headshot crits are now 200% damage, and they were 250. So a lot of other weapons have been reduced. For example, now the AR is going to do a less damage at headshot, and there was not much of a change there. 50% is quite a bit, but it's not massive difference. So that's interesting. It also means that snipers might not one-shot anymore. I'm pretty sure the bolt will still one-shot if you hit in the head, but other than that, a lot of the others won't one-shot. So that's an interesting thing, and it's something to be added in. So that's pretty cool. Now, obviously, you can't, I don't know if you can, but I'm pretty sure you can't get crit hit with explosive weapons. So that's pretty cool. Now, one thing I want to talk about is critical hit in general. Now, critical hit has been something that has been taking place sometimes when it's not been hitting in the head. And just, I think this was some of the issues they had when they applied this update without it being active. And it made me a little bit confused because I was going to try and make a video covering this, but I could never really get my head around it to understand exactly what was going on. Sometimes I'd hit people with sniper and it would only do about 50 damage. And bear in mind, this was a bolt sniper. So either the game was completely glitching out or there was something going on. And I couldn't really get my head around what it was to be able to bring a video to you guys talking about that. So I kind of left that to the side and just hope for something to appear, and something has appeared. We've got this. So damage fall off has been introduced for some weapons. Damage applies at 100% to a fixed range, so that's pretty cool. I do like the sense of that. Fall off begins at different ranges depending on the weapon and decreases to 70% damage. So obviously we got a huge decrease there to 70% damage. You got 30% decrease, and damage applies at 100% to a fixed range. So obviously they've set the damage to a fixed range, and when it hits past that fixed range, it will start dropping down to maximum 70%. So the one thing that does confuse me is here, this does not apply for sniper rifles. I've seen my sniper rifle give many different percentage shot chances. I've also seen a rocket and grenade launchers do different damages sometimes, and also I have seen shotguns do different damages at different ranges. So I've had 12 damage sometimes with the pump shotgun, and that is not a 70%. Decreases to 70% damage unless it's taking it down to 30%. I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going on there, so a little bit errors maybe in the programming or something like that I couldn't get my head around, and this kind of gets my head around it a little bit if it's going to be applied 100% like this, but you get where I'm coming from. You guys have probably experienced some issues with that as well. I personally think it's just an error with the game, the calculations and stuff. There's a few videos online where they talk about crit hits and stuff like that are quite complicated to get your head around, and like I was saying, I'm trying to kind of get the graft of it, and I have got the graft of it, but not well enough to be able to explain it to all you guys without like getting a load of diagrams up and stuff. And I don't really want to make it too complicated because the video might drag for a while for me talking about charts and stuff, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but you get where I'm coming from. The critical hit system is a little bit confusing at the moment at range, distance and stuff like that, so that's pretty weird really. Other balances that have been adjusted is semi-auto sniper has its damage increased to 78 from 75, and also for the lower version, which I believe is the epic version, the purple version, that's gone from 63 to 66. So we're getting a little bit of a damage increase there, not much really to affect too much gameplay. That extra free damage really isn't going to affect much, but it'll do a little things, and then you will see a big change. Now the scoped AR had a big change as well. It's got a 1 damage increase, which isn't massive, but it really is because the scoped AR is now more accurate, as we already know, and with that damage increase you are going to be getting a better chance of getting hits with it. Now with the scoped AR you can get an epic version, which is the first version there, and then the other one below it is the rare version, which is the blue version, which is 23 to 24. We've also got a base damage +2 on all SMGs. So as you know, we've got two SMGs. We've got the suppressed SMG and the normal SMG. That increased on the SMGs is going to make the suppressed SMG and the normal SMG a lot better weapon for using close quarters. And with the shotguns being reduced with the headshots, you may start to see SMGs being used against people with shotguns, but I can't guarantee it. It would be interesting to see if that does start to see its play. That'd be very nice to see. Maybe people will carry two SMGs, maybe a suppressed and a light and the normal one. This is also going to apply to the advanced SMG, which is more of a mid-range assault rifle type SMG, which you don't see many people using, but maybe this 2 increase on damage on it could potentially see all the SMGs increasing in play. And as a Fortnite developer, they know that their SMGs are not being played too much, so they really need to make some changes to them to see that being played within the game. So everyone should feel free to encourage to give this test a try. Wins and other stats will count while playing this mode. So I assume the problem with that, I don't know if the mode's going to be for every game mode or just one. So this is where I come from. It may be a PC thing only. They've also got our intent is to run multiple shooting tests, and we'll be gathering data from many sources: internal analytics, community posts and stuff, and a various of social platforms. So there's just a bunch of cool stuff there, and you've got your participation is key. We want to be confident that what we have is better for the community across all platforms and skill levels. So that's cool, and that's what we need Fortnite doing. That we need them increasing this and like making us interested in this, so everybody out there wants to be able to play this and do well at the game. So I like to see Fortnite doing stuff like this because it does show that they're listening to the community, they want to put changes in and things like that. But like I was saying, everything here, it's only a test. So if you guys want to get involved in this test, I hope it is on console. They haven't said what it's going to be on. I assume it's going to be on all 3 platforms, but there's a side of me that's saying it might only be PC only. Now, I can't guarantee this, and I don't know the exact answer to this, but we'll have to see exactly what the case is going to be here. So hopefully, with a little bit of luck, we will be able to play this across all platforms. Everyone will be able to test out the new stats and stuff on the guns, because at the end of the day, the stats of the guns is what makes the game different and can cause you from getting killed or not. Especially the SMG increase, I think that's going to be the most keyest one to see what's going to be happening with that. Other ones aren't too major. Maybe the headshot with the shotgun. That's what I mean. The headshot with the shotgun, with the pump shotgun, is really going to make maybe the SMGs increase in their play. So we'll have to see exactly what's happening there. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'd like to say thank you once again, 50,000 subscribers. It's ridiculous how happy I am about that. It's hard for me to put it across without sounding really cringy, but I just want to thank everyone for being involved in it, and it's been amazing to get to there. It's took a while, and I really have worked really hard towards it. I know that myself, and many of you know that as well, from going from an early Minecraft YouTuber, not really knowing what I'm doing on Minecraft, to developing my channel and making that step from Minecraft to Fortnite really has played a big role in my gameplay and my content for you guys. So I really am happy to be able to make that step and actually change up my channel, because there was a stage where Minecraft, where it got to a stage where I just didn't have much interest in Minecraft anymore, and I didn't really know where else to go in my channel. I was thinking we could just do a bunch of stuff in real life, we could do stuff like that, and then Fortnite appeared, and I thought, you know, this could be a good game. And I started playing it, I really enjoyed it, and then I started to get my head around how the game works and everything behind the scenes as well, and that's really it, and that's what got me started off with Fortnite. So thanks for that, guys. Thanks for being there and supporting me. I'd just like to say thank you one more time, and once again, this is POSTBOXPAT. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is POSTBOXPAT, signing out.